host of the Gridiron.
Hearing that Daboll, he's not committed to Daniel Jones. He said, well, we'll have to go back and, and the bye week, the week off and all that, we'll have to go back and think about what's best for the team and everything like that. So quite possibly this could mean sitting Daniel Jones down and, not starting him. Right? I mean, 2-8, the season's over. We got what? What do we got? 7 games left, right? So even if we won, right, all 7 of those games, we would be 9-8. I don't even know if that would land us in the playoffs. Might, possibly, don't know. But the way we've been playing, there's no way in HEL double hockey sticks we're winning the next 7 games in a row, right? So going to be interesting to see, if they go back and look, and if they want to sit Daniel Jones down, they got to throw Drew Lock in there, see what he does, and then Tommy Chicken Cutlet Parmesan can come in maybe later on in the season. Because the thing is that if they're going to let Daniel Jones, if they're going to let him go after the season, I don't know if they're going to bring. This is also maybe if Drew Lock comes in, plays a couple games, and Tommy Chicken Cutlet Parmesan, he comes in and all, they're writing their resume. These guys maybe try to bring back next season if Daboll's even here. Who knows? But I like to see if at least Tommy can work his way onto the field and see if he can play decently. Because if Daboll, he's going to want, obviously going to need some quarterbacks next year. You're going to need at least 3 of them, right? Quite possibly Daniel Jones won't be one of them. Then there is also that injury guarantee as well, too, which is like there's $23 million, which is guaranteed if he gets injured and he can't pass a physical, right? But as of right now, everything is fine, as far as I know. Right, so that injury guarantee shouldn't work its way into the mix. Daniel Jones, I forgot exactly what it is, but if we let him go, he's due like $22 million, somewhere around there. It's a lot of money, I get it, but to get rid of Daniel Jones, it's worth it. But the Giants would save themselves about $19 million in cap space. The Giants have about $30 million somewhere around there in cap money next year. That's obviously subject to go up or down, of course. But if you can add $19 million to the cap by letting your quarterback go, that's pretty good. Obviously, that's a star that you can bring in. One star that you can bring in. You can bring in like 2 guys and maybe $10 million a piece or whatever. So that would be huge. As I said, the thing they don't want to do is have Daniel Jones get hurt, because that like $23 million that cap hit, if he gets injured and if he can't pass a physical, it goes right toward the cap. That really hurts their chances next year, big time. Because the thing is, if you look, if they were able to get themselves a quarterback in the draft, right? Say they keep Tommy around. They draft a quarterback. They're going to want a veteran quarterback in there. I don't know who that would be. You keep hearing different things as far as who it might be. But if they can have a veteran quarterback in here, right, and if they draft a quarterback, either start him halfway through the season, let him sit the whole year, whatever it is. But you're going to need at least 3 quarterbacks. But with the salary cap money that they would have, they can go out and they can, fill a roster, fill a couple holes that they have. As we noticed, they've got quite a few holes. But it is different to hear Daboll saying that, we're going to go back. And because of the past couple of weeks, even as bad as things been, every week the reporters keep asking him, who's your starting quarterback? Daboll always says, Daniel Jones is my starting quarterback. Didn't say it this time. All right, maybe the writing's on the wall. Oh, where are we at here? Boop. Boop. I mean, it says Brian Daboll doesn't commit to Daniel Jones moving forward. Daboll declined to back Daniel Jones as the New York Giants starter going forward after the team's 20-17 overtime loss to Carolina. Once again, it's just another one of those. You can look back at just another one of those games. You can look back at the end of the season. It's like, man, we could have won that one. The one thing is, as painful as this is week in and week out to watch, all of these games that we're losing, in the grand scheme of things, is actually helping us out because it's getting us a better draft pick. All these games, we could have won this game, we could have won that game. If we had a kicker against the Commanders, we could have won. We possibly could have won this game. Just is hurting our draft positioning. But now that we're losing a lot of these games, our draft position is really, really doing well. But he said it was hard to miss the emotional strain on the Giants head coach Brian Daboll's face after the team lost 20-17 in overtime to the Panthers. But that's apparently nothing compared to what awaits Daboll once the Giants return to the United States from Munich. Daboll, whose team is in the midst of a 5-game losing streak, the longest under his watch, continues to face growing questions about the team's state and, in particular, quarterback Daniel Jones' future as the team's starter. Jones, who has been given every possible chance to succeed at quarterback, fell flat once again. He not only threw 2 bad interceptions, both in the red zone, which obviously took points off the board, right? Like the one against, like the one with Clowney. I understand you try to get it, but if he ran out of bounds, I don't know if he got sacked, whatever. We're still in field goal position. You know what I mean? You got to get some points there. We had the 2 turnovers. Well, the 3 turnovers, right? The one directly gave them. Well, not directly, but indirectly gave them the winning field goal. And the other 2 quite possibly took field goals off the board for the Giants. Now, if you take either one of those interceptions away, right, if Gano connects on the field goal, right, the Giants win. Right? But once again, in the grand scheme of things, instead of being 3-7, now we're 2-8, and our draft pick is better. So, which, if Daboll's here, if he's not, who knows? But if he's not here, having the 2nd overall pick in the draft, once again, it's still early, got a long way to go, but having the 2nd overall pick in the draft is enticing. Very enticing. Let's see. Obviously, Jones not only threw the 2 interceptions, but he continued to miss wide open receivers. For example, on the 3rd and 1 flea flicker, Jones hesitated to throw to one of the 2 wide open receivers in the middle of the field, only taking a sack. He also continued struggling with his accuracy, throwing behind receivers or overshooting them, such as on the first series on 3rd down, when he missed an open Malik Neighbors along the sideline. Despite Jones' struggles at halftime, he was 6 for 14 for 54 yards and 1 interception, a 24.1 rating. Daboll said he didn't think about making a change to Drew Lock for the game's final 30 minutes. I thought we could get something going, which we did. Started out slow, had some opportunities there, but we had some opportunities, but did not, he said. The biggest question sure to linger as the Giants head into their bye week this coming is whether they plan to stay with Jones at quarterback. New York is 3-13 in games Jones has started since last season. While there have been a few flashes here and there of him playing like the quarterback he was in 2022 when the Giants finished 9-7-1 and made the playoffs, there have been more hair-pulling moments in his play, which continues to be highlighted by his post-snap reads and decision-making. I mean, let's see. So, yeah, I'd like to say we've got a lot to work to do here in the next few days, in the next week, and we'll evaluate where we're at and what we need to do, Daboll said. Giants' latest loss now raises even more questions than answers about where this once proud but now lost franchise will go from here. Both Daboll and general manager Joe Schoen were given verbal votes of confidence by team owner John Mara last month when asked if he anticipated making any changes at the top. But after this latest loss, which pushed the Giants closer to the number one pick in the next year's draft, one has to wonder if all bets are off. Obviously, we're not where we want to be, Daboll said, adding that he felt that they had the right people in place to turn things around. We'll go back. We'll have our bye week. We'll evaluate things in the bye week and do the things we need to do. We'll practice a couple days next week and evaluate everything. Unfortunately for him and the Giants, it's too late to save the team's 100th season from the pits of despair. Yep, which is, I mean, it's just, it's just an absolute train wreck. Absolutely. I mean, it'd be even hard. I mean, in the last 7 games, say we go 5-2, right? I mean, you just remember the first 10 games, what just a dumpster fire it's been, and it's just hard to fathom that you can, The worst thing would be, unfortunately, which is, we want wins. Of course we want wins. But once again, in the grand scheme of things, the final 7 games, if we wind up going 5-2 and we wind up with 7 wins, and once again, now we're picking 15, 16, 17, whatever, it's like, So, I mean, not that you want guys to lose or nothing like that, but where we're drafting right now is pretty good. So I keep pulling for Jacksonville. Let's hope Jacksonville wins, right? But who we have? There was 3 teams. Carolina won, the Patriots won, and the Saints won. I think it was, right? So those 3 teams. Those 3 teams were ahead of the Giants, right? And they all won, so that pushed them all back. So that's good. That's good.